What is going on today, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today's video, we're talking about the two newest items into Smite, Stormseeker and Equinox. No surprise, one of the items became equally dominant, winning, bought 2-3 times a game by both teams. And then the other one, very rarely even seen, let alone winning, let alone getting 100 stacks. I've come up with an idea of how I wanted to nerf Equinox and buff Stormseeker. I think they're both very good additions to the game. I think they just need a little bit of fine-tuning to kind of get them into spots where they are a lot more balanced. Starting off with Stormseeker, it is a 1900 gold item. Still not an item you can rush, even though it is 1900 gold because of how just Smite works. Sustain is king, because it's just way too easy to live fights and then go sustain off something or sustain off something as you're getting committed to. 15 power, 20% attack speed, and the passive is when you hit an enemy god with a basic attack, gain a permanent stacking attack speed buff. Each stack grants 0.15% attack speed for a max of 999 stacks. Now, what is the weakness of Stormseeker? One, it is too hard to get enough stacks for this item to be worth over a different item. Even if you put this at 40% attack speed on the passive, this is still only a 15 power, 60% attack speed item, which for 1900 gold is valuable, yes, but it's something that you build up into. You have to make it worth. It's not something that where you instantly drop that 1900 gold, it's going to be worth it. And then there's also that chance where it's never going to be worth it because it's very hard to get stacks on it. Now, there's a couple ideas that I have. One is just giving the stats slightly better face value. So whether it is giving it a third stat, pen, little lifesteal, maybe a little bit more power, a little bit of attack speed. I think a good place to start is just a little bit more power. Let it rival some of those other items. 20 power, 20% attack speed, I think finally puts it into that conversation of, yeah, maybe it's only 5 power, but every single auto you get is going to be doing more damage, which is also going to be stacking your passive more, give you more, or sorry, stack this passive more, or giving you more clear, or whatever it is. I think it is lacking a little bit there. Something like that could be interesting. The other way to go about it is to add in a stacking on minions way. So when you hit an enemy god with a basic attack, gain a permanent stacking attack speed buff. Or when you hit an enemy with a basic attack, gain a permanent stacking attack speed buff. Each stack grants 0.10% attack speed for a max of 999 stacks. So flat out, just like that, every auto you put onto a minion or every auto you put onto a jungle camp or a fire giant or a gold fairy if it's pulled gives you like 0.1 or 0.05% attack speed, or every minion you kill maybe, and then every god doubles that. So if you hit a god with 5 autos, instead of getting 0.15% attack speed, you get 0.2%. I think it would make it a little convoluted, but there'd be a couple ways to stack against it, because my biggest downside with this item is if I'm playing ADC, I'm going devs into XC. He's going devs into Stormseeker. As soon as he finishes his spike, he's going to be a little bit stronger than me. But as soon as I finish my XC, 300 gold after that, I'm stronger than him. But I can just avoid fighting him for 30 seconds, a minute, back, get my XC. Now I am an entire item basically stronger than you because I've got power, attack speed, and pen. And I will only trade with you if I'm winning, or if I know I can win the fight and I'm getting something off of it, or I'm bullying you out enough to be able to go stack or go get like a shield camp or a purple buff. Stormseeker's downside is exactly that, where if they don't want to fight you, they don't have to. There's no other way for you to get stronger with this item outside of trading with the enemy, and the enemy can choose when to trade with you. The other side of this is you could just make this a complete minion stacking item where every 1 minion you kill, you get 0.15% attack speed or 0.2%, however much it is. I haven't really thought about the balancing factor of it, but go for a minions farming thing because that's something that you're going to slowly get powered up with anyway, and they can't really avoid doing it. And then if you have this item, you can kind of, avoid fighting them while you're getting your stacks online. And then they kind of have like that ticking time bomb where they force fights on your purple buff because they're stronger. Or if they don't do that and you're able to farm up, you're going to have this insane item in the late game. I think that'd be really cool. But currently, terrible item. Don't build it. I'm not even trolling. Do not build it. It is so bad. Equinox, the exact opposite of Stormseeker, is dominating the game. And I think the biggest issue with Equinox is this healing you get. Golden Blade was removed. Equinox is now in place of it. It is 2,200 gold, and that's actually a lie. It is 2,150 gold. 2,150 gold for 25 power, 20% attack speed, and 7% movement speed. Now, I just want to take a look at something, because more power, same attack speed, a third stat, and a better passive. Even scaling into the late game. It's just mind-blowing how these items were, again, not an easy job being a dev, but just insane. Both of these items were added with their current stats and passives, and it wasn't really thought about how much stronger the one was than the other. But either way, Equinox, passive, when you hit an enemy with a basic attack from the front, you heal for 2+1 health per level, doubled against gods. This and this basically state this as like a tank item. This is not an assassin item or anything like that. This is a hybrid or tank option. My issue with this item lies almost directly into this passive. There's not something you benefit from as a squishy. You're getting the health per level. You're getting the damage per level. If you build more power, you're not going to be doing more damage. And I think that's one thing they could start off with instead of +1 health per level, it's +1 health per 50. Maybe 50 is too high. Maybe 30 power or something like that. So if you're building this as a soul laner, you're still going to be getting, I don't know, doubled against gods, 10 health and auto. That's whatever. But if you're playing a full damage character and you're getting up to 300 power, and this is going to be turning into 50 health on the auto, and then it's going to be turning into 80 damage instead of, 20 damage or something. This health per level is always risky because it's just going to be a tank abused item. And when it comes into the basic attacks from the front, healing you, and from behind, damages, that basically just screams warrior. It screams soul laner. And if they want it to be a soul lane item, fine. But the stats have to be nerfed. I think if they want to keep it as is, as a more tank option, doubled against gods is probably something that should just be removed. Or there should be 2 plus 0.5 health per level. And on top of that, this should also be reduced by cleave, or have the idea of cleaves being reduced, like the same it is with Death's Embrace and Death's Embrace and Death's Toll. They reduce with the cleave. This needs to reduce with the cleave. Now, on the other side of things, I think the base attack from the back is pretty balanced. For the assassin side of things, it maybe is a little bit too much damage, because this turns into 75 damage, physical damage per level, which is very, very high. 75 for an assassin who's going to be hitting you for 200 with their autos anyway, or 300, 400 with their autos anyway. 75 isn't much, but when there's a Vamana running at you that's auto-attacking twice every second, and you can't really turn on him and burn him, and his autos are only doing 30 damage, that 75 damage matters a lot more. It's why you see Kins and Animosity a lot more on soul laners, because their autos might not be doing a lot of damage, but they're attacking a lot, and those items that affect every auto, or increased damage every auto, does do a lot of damage. So that's my thing with Equinox. I think there's a few different options they could. I do think keeping it as is probably going to be, like, not making it more assassin oriented. It's going to be the option that they go for, so that's the item I'm going to base it off of. I would reduce this to 2 plus 1.5 per level, or keep it doubled against gods. I think that's fine. And then if you're cleaving, that should be having the cleaving rules, and then maybe you have this scale off of power instead of damage per level to make it so it's better for the assassins. But that's what I would do. Again, I'm not a dev. I can't make the changes. This is just what I think would be best for the game. Let me know what you guys think. What would you guys do to nerf Equinox and to buff Stormseeker? Or do you like my ideas? Let me know down below in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. See you guys again next time.